Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 BMW M440i. This model's finished off in Alpine White, and it's more of a base model for this series at just under $70,000. So we still have a very nice vehicle that has a lot to offer, and we'll start off with what this is powered by, which is the 3-liter turbocharged inline 6. It's also paired to the 48-volt hybrid system along with the 8-speed automatic, and it pumps out 386 horsepower, 398 pound-feet of torque. This model is rear-wheel drive, so 0 to 60 is going to be at 4.6 seconds, and it has a top speed of 130 miles an hour. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, you'll notice there's a lot of gloss black. This one's also equipped with the camera system. There's parking sensors, active grille shutters that will open and close to provide cooling when needed. There's also more inlets in the lower section, and then a dark housing for the LEDs. A few subtle lines coming down the hood as well, and I think everything is nicely integrated, especially with the size of that grille. It still works very nicely. Now, this has a really neat design for the two-tone wheels along with the red M Sport brakes. There's also a gloss black trim accent for the lower section of the door. It's on the power folding side mirrors with a camera and a turn signal. It's on the window trim, and there's a sunroof up top. Now, there's also the flush design for the door handles with a few crisp lines coming down the side. And then in back, you'll see the gloss black spoiler and then LEDs with the fiber bundles within those housings. The backup camera is in the BMW badge, which is nice. And then there's parking sensors and some more gloss black for the bumper. Now, this also has remote start, so you can use that and activate it as needed just by using the lock button by triple tapping on it. You can also use the key fob or the release underneath. Now, with this FOURR series, this is more of a hatchback, so you don't have that traditional trunk opening, which provides you with a lot more cargo space. Now, there's no storage under the floor, but you have some storage on both sides. You can remove this. You can also fold down the back seats, of course, and with that large opening, you can place in some larger items. Now, this also has the hands-free option, so you can use that as well. If you have your hands full, that makes it a lot more convenient. Now, this also has proximity door handles. As you just heard it locked, just grab any door handle to unlock it. And this also has pillarless doors. Now, this is paired with the cognac interior. There's Harman Kardon for the audio, storage down below, all the brushed accents. And then right next to the headrest is how you fold the seats down. So that way you can easily fit in some larger items. And then at 5'10", I have a good bit of leg space. There's vents in the middle, auxiliaries, and some climate adjustments. And then there's also the armrest with cup holders, and you can fold this middle seat down if you need to grab any items in the back. And at 5'10", I'm just barely touching the headliner. So if you're any taller than me, it's going to be a little bit tight, but it's perfect for kids or myself. I could ride around for a short amount of time. So it's still practical for backseat passengers. Now, this has memory seating adjustments, window controls, the mirror adjustments, and then the liftgate, some storage down below. And then there's only one manual adjustment for the seat. The rest of the controls are automatic. And then as we hop in, we can start this up where there's the leather steering wheel with the flat bottom design. There's also some brushed accents. This has paddle shifters too. There's cruise control settings. On the right side, there's volume, tuning, Bluetooth, and voice commands. And then you can also go through quite a lot of information within the gauge cluster. So you can go through all of this, just depending on what you need to see. And you can also adjust the layout. So if we go into the navigation, you can change it slightly, depending on how you want to view it. And then there's also the head-up display. So you can go through that information too. Now, there's headlight adjustments, a dimmer switch, one air vent. And then with the infotainment system, it's very easy to go through. There's also the shortcuts down below. So you can use all of these if you don't want to use it as a touchscreen system, or of course, this lower section is always going to stay fixed. Now, this has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You can get into climates, the drive recorder. There's also a lot here to configure and set up. The home screen has this split design, so you can go through all of this. And then you can even get into the climates, navigation, and music, and then the heated seats, heated steering wheel, and temperature adjustments. There's carbon fiber underneath that with air vents and lighting, volume tuning, hazards, and defrosters. There's also wireless charging, cup holders, and auxiliaries, and then more of the carbon fiber. Now, this is how you put it into reverse, where this has the 360 camera system. There's also automatic parking and backup assistance. So you have no shortage of visibility around the whole vehicle, which is super helpful. And there's also a top-down view. Now, when you put this into drive, you can push this shortcut on the left and bring up the full camera for the front angle there. There's also sport mode, and then park's located behind it. There's traction control, parking sensors, engine start stop, and then a few different driving modes, which will change the exhaust slightly along with throttle response, and it'll also change the gauge cluster too slightly with the ambient colors there. There's auto hold and the e-brake, some storage with an auxiliary, a locking glove box, and then garage door buttons, dome lights, and the sunroof and sunshade are both automatic. And then here's a look at visibility. There's little pillars in the back there, but it's still pretty easy to see all around. And still in sport mode, second gear, here we go. And just a minor acceleration. The shifts are also going to be fairly quick too, just from my personal experience with my X5 with the same engine and transmission, of course. It's definitely fun. So it gives it that additional fun factor. If you're looking for a vehicle that's probably just going to mainly be your daily for around town, maybe going on long road trips, you also have the sporty aspects though. If you take this on some back roads, you could do some spirited driving with it. And it's nice that while it's not a true M car, we have the M Light. It's still, again, especially with the suspension for this model, can do some nice spirited driving. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the 440i. I think this is a fantastic option. I like the fact that you could fit in some larger items like a bike or something of that odd shaped size. If this is your only vehicle, maybe you're moving a lot of items quite often, it still gives you that sedan feel with extra space. And this and the 340, I compare it to that because it's the same vehicle, basically just a different body style. They're both really great options from BMW. The 340 seems to be an extremely popular sedan without going to an M car. These M Lights, don't underestimate them. Yes, they're not a true M car, but in the M Light world, with the power and performance that you can get from these models, it's pretty impressive to see without going full-blown M car, which are still daily drivable, but they're a lot more track focused if you plan to do driving styles like that. So it just depends on how you plan to use your vehicle and the capabilities that you need. And then this is a pretty easy vehicle to drive and maneuver. So while we do this U-turn here, we will have to back up, but it's going to be very easy to place in smaller situations like this. As you would expect, it's not a large vehicle, and then that camera system is definitely going to help too. And so we'll put it back into sport mode and let the vehicle do the shifting. So with one last acceleration, here we go. And the shift points do get higher when you are in sport mode. So it'll let it rev out slightly more compared to comfort or eco. And just depending on if you're on the highway, you're just cruising, you have those options there. So that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 BMW M440i Gran Coupe. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW at Northlake for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.